Good morning, guys. Thank you very much for inviting me in this very important conference that will help you and allow you to gain insights that definitely, and I hope you can use when you go outside of your universities and to face the real life. And I was tasked to discuss this topic: opportunities in the mice industry in the new normal. All right. So what is MICE? As we all know, we are all in the same industry, the tourism industry. MICE stands for Meetings, Incentive, Convention, Exhibition, or Business Events. So ano nga ba ang mga oportunidad na nakaabang sa inyo sa new normal? So let me start by presenting to you first this concept. For the first timers, this is, we live in a world that we call VUCA. So what is a VUCA world? So VUCA world stands for volatile, no? The life that we live in right now, it's very volatile. It's not stable. And last year, we saw an event taking place that affected not only the Philippines but the whole world. It's COVID-19 and pandemic started last year. So it's very volatile. A lot of families, for example, your parents or some of your relatives lost their jobs, and a lot of millions of Filipinos, not only Filipinos but all over the world, lost their jobs or suffered, was infected by COVID-19, and economy stopped. No, it came into a halt. A lot of people are affected. Next is uncertain because of what happened last year and what's been happening in the past years. We saw that the future is uncertain. Nobody can really see what will happen tomorrow. No, in a snap of a finger, anything and everything can change. Third, complex. So if you are trying to decipher, no, kung gusto niyo unawain kung ano yung uh, buhay, what is life, what is the meaning of life, it's so complex. It's hard to explain it. There are a lot of moving parts and elements. So that's what we are inside. No, this particular juncture of history, life is complex. And last but not the least, it's ambiguous. Ambiguous means it's hard to decipher, make sense out of it. The meaning, it's not black and white. No, there are a lot of gray areas instead of a black or white area in our lives, in every moment of history where we are currently uh, alive. So again, life is VUCA. We call this the negative VUCA, no? And ano, what to do? Do we give up because life is this complicated, this VUCA, or what is the next step to do in order to face the challenge of a VUCA life or a VUCA world? One of the marketing agencies that I subscribed in is presented a positive VUCA. No? So may negative VUCA, may positive VUCA. And what is positive VUCA? The positive VUCA, the V stands for virtuosity, U stands for ubiquity, C stands for continuity, and last but not the least, A stands for adaptability. That positive VUCA answers these two key questions that we encounter in our life, no? That we are facing, staring at our face. And that is number one, how well do you change to new normalcy? Anong pagbabago mo na gagawin sa new normal, no? Pangalawa, how well can you execute your strategy? If you are an organization, you're faced with this current VUCA world, this current pandemic, what is your strategy and can you execute that strategy? So those are two important questions moving forward as we tackle this VUCA world. Using the positive VUCA, let's see how we can tackle this challenge all together that are all of us are currently facing. So again, this pandemic, Nicholas Taleb in one of his book wrote Black Swan. What is a black swan? A black swan is an event that is unpredictable. Nobody can foresee it. Nobody can prepare for it. And COVID-19 is a representation of a black swan. So we encountered a black swan last year. That is the pandemic COVID-19. And again, as I mentioned earlier, a lot of things came into a halt. The economy, the lives of the people. We learned to grapple with us all in a lockdown, using our home as our workplace, our gym, our entertainment, again, plus, of course, where we, as a member of family, live together, no? Dati bahay lang talaga siya. Ngayon, marami na naging function yung bahay natin. And if we are an organization and if tackling this pandemic, finding a solution. Again, as I mentioned, if we're using the framework of positive VUCA, the first is virtuosity. Virtuosity means acquiring new skills. And in our organization, which is very much skilled and competent in physical events, the challenge given to us by pandemic last year is first acquiring new skills. No, that's virtuosity. We tried to learn several applications: Zoom, Microsoft Teams, Google Meet, Cbent, Blue Jeans, and a lot more digital applications, so that we can perform what our customers are asking us, and that is to continue their lives by doing and implementing the events that they planned for last year. Even if it's not physical event, they still want to continue it in the platform, in the online or virtual events, no, virtual space. So we were forced to upskill and reskill last year. So that is virtuosity. Every time there are changes in our lives, in you as students, no, of the tourism industry, the skills and the knowledge that you acquired in your school might not fit when you get out of that university. So the challenge now, the burden is for you to acquire new skills that will answer the needs of the organizations, so that you can have a job, or no, you can be part of the workforce that is coming to add value to our society. When it comes to virtuosity, as I mentioned, I'm a event manager, and utos lang ako ng utos sa mga suppliers. Like we have suppliers for production, we have suppliers for booths, for exhibition. And because last year it's work at home, at the same time, some of your workmates are afraid to get outside, no? Are afraid to get projects that require them to go outside. You are forced, and I am forced to learn the nitty-gritties of production. So, and also, naging kaibigan natin yung green screen, di ba? Last year, isa sa mga favorite nating tool ang green screen. Lumakas ang benta sa Lazada at sa Shopee, na people are ordering green screen in order to create a better background in their online events, in their presentation. Of course, there's also the production. Since I'm a mass comm graduate also, I was forced to go back to my early days, implementing the production side of managing an event. Next is ubiquity. Ubiquity means presence, no, omnipresence, no, being present everywhere. And ubiquity, when we speak about this concept in this positive VUCA, it means that we have to have a digital brand presence, and we have to maximize the attention economy. What is attention economy? First of all, as you can see in my data, in the Philippines last January 2021, as of January 2021, we have 110 million Filipinos. And out of that 110 million, there are 152 million SIM cards, no? Mobile phones, no? And it means that there are some members in our population that holds 2 to 3 cell phones in their hands, no? So that's how we can call our population a mobile first country or a mobile first population. We depend highly on our smartphones to be productive, answer email, coordinate meetings, talk to clients, and of course, we also use that smartphone in other aspects of our lives. Also, it's interesting to note that in this data, almost 74 million Filipinos are using internet. They are in the internet. At the same time, 89 million Filipinos are using social media. Therefore, it's a must for us if you're part of the business events company who wanted to get new clients or maintain the relationship with your existing clients, you need to announce to the world that you are still alive, still servicing them, or ready to serve them. So you need to have digital brand presence. And again, create content to grab a pie in that attention economy. So ngayon, ang challenge ko sa inyo bilang mga upcoming graduates of tourism is have a digital presence. Pangalawa, kailangan mong magpapansin, no? In a good way. In a good way. Meaning, if you are trying to target particular companies, you need to have a presence that grabs the attention of those companies when they research about you, no? So right now, high-tech na rin ang hiring ngayon, di ba? If an HR manager or department, besides the curriculum vitae that you submitted, they also try to study you by stalking you, no, by studying your digital footprint, digital presence. If they see that a lot of positive things about your digital presence, definitely they will, or there's a high possibility that they will consider you. So try to imagine if we, as an events organizer, MICE company, MICE planner, we have to maximize this presence of the Filipino. In YouTube, we have 54 million Filipinos using YouTube as their main source of information. And Facebook, 83 million Filipinos are in that social platform. And also in Instagram, there are 15 million Filipinos using Instagram. So if you want to be ubiquitous, no, if you want to do that, to have a digital presence and to grab the attention of your potential target market or potential company, then you have to create a great, or hindi naman great, but a very attractive digital footprint in this selected social platforms. And then, ang goal natin is for you to show to those potential companies that you have great qualities that will add value if they have you in their organization. So again, two-prong yung sinasabi ko. Again, if you're a company, you have to have a presence so that your target market will know that you exist and they will tap you when they need you. At the same time, if you're looking for a job, you need to have a digital presence in order for you to be noticed by your potential employer. Okay, so that's a two-pronged strategy that you can use to maximize this social media platforms available currently. The third part of the positive VUCA is the letter C, continuity, no? Continuous action for sustainability. During the pandemic, again, before the pandemic, we served a lot of physical events. But when the pandemic took place, for 1 month, we are not doing anything. We are observing seeing the event unfolds. And when we realize that we are in this pandemic for a long haul, then we started to upskill and reskill and learn ways on how to serve our existing clients, no? On how to solve their existing problem. So what's the existing problem of our clients? They still wanted to have an event, but they are prevented by IATF to hold a physical event. Therefore, uh, the solution to their problem is to do online events, no? To do virtual events. However, they don't know how to execute virtual events in their associations, in their organizations. And it is us, the MICE planners, or event planners, events organizer, it is us that you should be providing the solution to their problem. And I'm happy to tell you that we are one of the first event planner, MICE planner, to offer virtual events in the tourism industry. That's why we have been invited in various talks as an inspirational case study. All right. And also, because of the pandemic, we were forced to change our messaging. No, from your market link, Xlink events, your market link, to Xlink events, online events made better. So those are adjustments that we made when we are already confident that we can serve the needs of our clients through virtual space. And I'd like to share to you this video. So let's watch this video. All right. So that is what we've been doing last year, and I'm happy to tell you that because we were able to pivot, so that's the keyword, pivot. We were able to take advantage, grab the opportunity that is present in this time of the pandemic. We were able to rebound fast compared to other organizations in the tourism industry, despite the fact that the tourism industry is right now in a state of coma. No, it's not moving. We in the business events industry, some of us actually were able to move forward, continue our business by servicing the needs of our clients through virtual events. And now we go to the last part of that positive VUCA, which is adaptability. So what is adaptability? No? According to Charles Darwin, no, the father of evolution, only the strongest survive. Correct? If you read the book, the complete sense of that statement of Charles Darwin is only the strongest survive. Those that can adapt to changes can survive. Therefore, it's not about you being the strongest physically, but it's your ability to be flexible, to roll with the punches, to adapt with the changing conditions that will allow you to survive. And if you can see in this BCP framework, no, business continuity framework, first, when the event, no incident, as shown here, happened, there are two things that takes place to an organization or to an individual. Either first, he or she accepts the event, or he or she denies the event that the event happened. So either or, no. If you're in denial that the pandemic is happening, it's taking place, then the more that you prolong your denial, the more that it will have a negative impact to your organization, to you personally. But if you accept that changes, massive changes are happening, then you can already go to the second phase, which is to respond positively in order to recover. No? So the recovery phase is easier because now, because you accepted that the pandemic or that the black swan event is happening, you are now trying to find solutions to different problems, to the different negative impact of that particular event. Okay, and after that, after troubleshooting and creating strategies and action plans to solve and cushion and mitigate those negative impact, you will now you will now be on the road to restoration, no, trying to gain the lost grounds that was taken away from you last year. And again, bagamat wala pa kayo sa industriya, I understand that. But adaptability means, ito yung mga tinuro ng guro natin. Meron tayong magagamit dito. Meron din tayong mga parang hindi natin magagamit sa paglabas natin. May mga bagong kinakailangan, may mga bagong hamon. If you accept that, then it's time for you to take action in order to gain those lost grounds, no, to recover, and again, restoration. And sa inyo, napakadali because we are now digitally transformed, no? Digitally transformation took place faster when COVID-19 happened. All of us are well acquainted in using the digital platforms and living in the online universe. All of us, even our grandparents, right? So indicated proof of that is that in Lazada and Shopee, millions of sales are being made because our grandparents, our parents are now confident and at ease in using this platform. Therefore, their behavior drastically changed, no? And sa tourism, ganun din ang mangyayari, di ba? Yung behavior ng mga turista, yung behavior ng mga attendees ng conference at ng exhibition, ng expo, nagbago rin. Therefore, kung na-realize natin yun, kung nakita natin yun, we can now create action plans to adapt and, again, grab the opportunities that are present because of these changes. So that is the positive VUCA. So virtuosity, ubiquity, continuity, and adaptability that will counteract the negative VUCA or the volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous world that we are in. So don't forget about that. That will be your key moving forward. Huwag kayong paghinaan. Ngayon, meron kayong ganitong information. Again, isa lang ang palagi ko sinasabi, use it or lose it. Or some insights that you generate, use it or lose it. No? Lamang ang may alam. Yun ang, kaya nga bilang college graduate, lamang kayo kumpara sa mga hindi nag-aral. Pero magiging lamang kayo if you will use those knowledge. Because knowledge is not power. The real power is applied knowledge. So dapat yun yung governing principle nyo. Applied knowledge is power. Use it or lose it. Okay? So now, we move to this study by Center for Exhibition Industry Research Foundation, or CEIR, which our go-to institution in studying the future of exhibition. And for that matter, nasasama na rin yung conference. So sabi nila, sa current study nila last year, na in-interview yung maraming executives from different parts of the world, kasama doon ang Pilipinas, 88% of global executives that are running MICE companies or corporate events companies will have virtual events moving forward. Ang ibig sabihin nun, even if tapos na yung pandemya, 88% will now use virtual events as part of their offerings to their clients. And ibig sabihin nun, welcome to the digital world, no? Physical and digital world, or digital world, or welcome to hybrid events. So hybrid events is the future, is our future as business events organizer. Okay? And also, good news to all of you who are skilled in the digital world, who knows how to navigate Zoom and other events platform. 62% of those executives will hire, and companies will hire permanent team or staff to handle the virtual events. So therefore, you have the physical events in parang side by side with the virtual events. So maraming mabibigyan ng trabaho because of that. Kasi yun na yung requirement ng mga clients, yun na yung hinihingi ng new normal. A hybrid event, somebody taking care of the physical event, at the same time, a team taking care of the digital events or virtual events, because virtual events, as we all know, have a lot of benefits, which we will discuss as we move forward. But I'd just like to say that in virtual events, according to study and observation, okay na yung 4 hours. Di ba parang itong event na to, this is 8 to 12, di ba? Or kung mag-exceed man lang, konting oras lang. No? So, ganun lahat yung mga virtual events, no? Because of our short attention span, the engagement lessen as we prolong it, and ang hirap din makinig na nakaupo ka sa bahay mo na ang daming distraction. Therefore, internationally, what is taking place is parang half-day conference or events. But of course, there are some events na whole day pa rin, but again, ang hirap is the challenge is how to maintain the engagement of the attendees, of the buyers, no, that are present, that attended that particular virtual event. So as you can see, the growth of virtual events, no, the compound, yung CAGR, compound annual growth rate, is almost 33% from this year up to 2025. Expected growth of the market is $269.2 billion. So kasama tayo doon. So that is the potential growth of companies who are venturing into virtual events. No? If they can get large accounts, then it's a good thing for us. And kayo naman, who wanted to be part of this industry, it's a growing industry. Diba? It's a sunrise industry. Therefore, there's a lot of potential to be part of this industry. No? It's a growing industry. And what's in the name, gusto ko lang sabihin, like to emphasize that some may call it, in the Western world, calls it virtual events. Some calls it in the Canada and that part of the world, digital events. Some parts, like me, I call it online events. But all of them, the meanings are the same. Diba? A rose with other name will smell as sweet, sabi nga ni Shakespeare. But if you want if you're targeting the international, then I think using virtual events as your service offering is more agreeable, no? They can understand it clearly compared to using those two words here. And the opportunities of a virtual or hybrid event, that's why it's growing, is first, wider reach. Diba? If you stream it in Facebook, even if I fail to attend that actual date, I can rewatch that particular conference or webinar, and that is an advantage of virtual event, no? You can the wider reach, no? Boost mo lang yung event mo, then there are new potential target market that can see that one. And tuntua yung mga sponsors, no? Di ba? They get a bigger promotion mileage from the events organizer. Next, it's a new source of income. Kaya naman 88% of the global executives running companies like us would love to have virtual event as part of their offering. Third, it's an affordable way to stage an event. And fourth, sustainability. Kasi nga, pag sustainability, exhibitions after ng expo, trade shows, tunay-tuniladang kalat yung naiiwan ng mga exhibitors at ng organizer. And because of virtual events, no, yung carbon footprint natin is lessened. And that is one of the benefits of virtual event. No? Yung carbon footprint is lessened. So, sustainability is achieved. Now, because of that, those benefits. Now, the threat to physical events, syempre, there are two sides of the coin. No? We are happy because now we have an additional service to offer to our clients. And they need this, and they know that they need that. But on the other hand, because it's also a threat to physical events, because of this virtual events, we expect smaller events. No, people will not anymore be traveling from their country, going to another country to attend conferences. They can just enroll on the virtual part of that event. Kaya may effect yun sa tourism. That is the projection. Let's see when all of the things, when pandemic is gone and we are implementing this hybrid event, let's see if that forecast is true. Second, reduction of business travel. Again, it's related to what I mentioned. No? If since it becomes smaller meetings because people from faraway places will opt to just watch in the virtual platform, at the same time affecting the business travelers population, which for business events organizers and for countries hosting events, it's a positive it gives positive contribution. Do you know what FIT travelers, no, compared to business travelers, mas malaki yung income na binibigay ng business traveler 8 times, no, in terms of impact to the country's sales, no, na mag-stay yan sa hotel, mamimili yan ng mga giveaways, mamamasyal yan, kakain sa restaurant. There's a lot of benefits of people from outside of the country going to your country attending events. Ang laki ng benefits. Pero ngayon dahil may digital na, baka mabawasan yon, no? That is the forecast. And last but not the least, correlated to that, if you're staging your event, it becomes expensive. The physical event, it becomes expensive because there are safety protocols that must be followed. Ngayon, di ba, pwede na mag-event. Pwede na kami mag-event. But no clients is biting. Hopefully, we have a November event at Okada. Let's see if the client, because our client insists on having a hybrid event. Oh, by the way, I have an event in Laguna, a corporate event. It's also a hybrid event, and one in Makati. But it's awarding ng mga salespeople nila. Like, for example, in the hybrid event, the physical event, there are only 30 people attending in the venue. Most of the attendees are watching using social media. It's being live streamed. So, ganun na, limiit na, no? Because, again, it becomes expensive staging an event because of safety protocols involved. So, as you can see, I benchmark our actions by observing other countries. In Singapore, they're great in controlling COVID, but they encountered a second wave recently. In Thailand, they were supposed to open. They encountered third wave of increase of COVID patients. And Japan, no, those are great countries in terms of business events. They also encountered their fourth wave of COVID, increased patients, no, affected people. So again, it's a VUCA world. It's very volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous. It's hard to really make it stable. All we have to do is learn the concept of management and learn how to mitigate the impact of this VUCA world. Again, using the positive VUCA as one of our tools. So now, alam ko ito yung gusto niyo malaman. What are the jobs waiting for me in the business events industry, in the MICE industry? Some of the events discussed in the international arena are the following. So first, and also in my observation, these are the hot jobs that you can enter into in the MICE industry. First, technical event producers. Because we are now using a lot of technology, there's a need for technical event producer. Second, customer experience manager. We would like to have that in the virtual space because you have to take care of your attendees experience, of your exhibitors and sponsors experience in the virtual world. Third, omni-channel event designer. Omni-channel means that in every customer touch points, like from registration to Facebook to Google Forms, so all touch points in the virtual world, it should be designed to make the lives of those attending your event easy. So merong omni-channel event designer, understanding what is easy in the eyes of the customer, of the tourism customers or attendees that will be using your virtual platform. Fourth, Zoom Specialist Manager. If hindi pa kayo natatap, ito talaga hot na hot to, di ba? Because only few people knows how to navigate Zoom as event manager. Hindi siya madali, no? There are a lot of aspects. Madali siyang sabihin, madali lang ang Zoom. But if you are an expert and if you know a lot of things about a technology, then only experts will tell you na hindi siya madali. Only the people that doesn't know how Zoom operates will say that it's easy. So that is, it's like events, no? A lot of people see, lalo outside of the industries, felt that they know how to run events. It's just easy. But actually, it's not. There are a lot of elements. If you're a professional, you know the nitty-gritties of what goes in to stage a successful event. Therefore, there's a lot of opportunity in being a Zoom expert, no? Fifth is social selling professionals. Social selling professionals are social media sellers, no? And there's a lot of social selling going on right now. Yung mga live selling sa Lazada, Shopee, and even Facebook. Dito naman, if we are part of the tourism and we're selling the properties, so there's a lot of social selling going on. And if you are an expert in social media, therefore you have a place in this industry. Lalo na moving forward yung mga hotels, there will be travel lust among us, among people who love traveling, that was locked down because of this pandemic. When it's already ready, there's travel lust, an explosion of the travel industry, and the competition will be fierce. Therefore, we need to grab attention, and those who are expert in the social selling will win that competition, will be part of the leadership circle. And last but not the least, virtual event staff. So those are potential jobs that you can enter into the MICE industry. Okay? And other jobs are created as we speak. No? So good luck to you guys. One thing for sure, this is a growing industry and it's here to stay. Now, I wanted you to know na, again, as I mentioned earlier, if you're studying, you're about to graduate, and you felt that kulang yung napag-aralan mo or konti lang yung magagamit mo dun sa mga napag-aralan mo, that is reality, no? Because again, the world is changing fast. And as try as the institution, the educational institution, even if they try hard to keep up, there is a possibility that they cannot keep up because the speed of change is tremendous. Therefore, your challenge, our challenge, is to upskill and reskill continuously. Don't forget about that. Kaya yung opportunities na sinasabi nyo will always be there if you know how to upskill and reskill. Okay? And sabi nga ni Rashim Moga ng Skillsoft, the fourth industrial revolution continues to transform the world of work. Reskilling and upskilling have never been more important. If you ask me, Ikaw sir, ano ginagawa mo? During the pandemic, you can check my LinkedIn account. I have a lot of LinkedIn certificates because, I continuously upskill myself. And right now, I'm undergoing also certification because learning never stops. Because the world keeps on changing. And the only way to keep abreast is to go with the changes, no? Adapt with the changes. Sabi nga ni Charles Darwin, that's the only way to move forward and to maintain your leadership in this industry, lalo na sa mice industry. And I'd like to leave you with this one. This is my favorite thing, no? If you ask me, sir, what are the opportunities available for us graduating tourism students? I'll tell you, there's a lot of opportunities. So no need to be afraid. And one thing that keeps me for not being afraid is this quote by Peter Drucker, the father of modern management. He said, the best way to predict your future is to create it. So there are jobs in the future that are waiting to be created. And most probably, it's one of you or most of you will create that particular job in the tourism industry, in the MICE industry. So do not be afraid. There's a lot of opportunities, abundant opportunities waiting for you. All you have to do is to prepare for that opportunity. Diba? Chance favor the prepared mind. No? Those with the vision to see it will have the opportunity. So those are things that are like mantras to me. In that way, those mantras gives peace of mind for me, despite of the VUCA world that we all live in. So thank you very much for inviting me. I hope that you gained a lot of insights. Laban lang, the human spirit is made to fight and triumph in all the challenges na kakarapin niya. And you're just part of history. It's time for you to prove that the human spirit will prevail. So maraming salamat for inviting me. And if you want to ask questions, or some of you failed to ask questions, you can follow me. You can ask me through Twitter. I also have a YouTube, LinkedIn. You can add me. Of course, I run a community, Facebook community, that's Philippine Business Entrepreneurs Network for SMEs. And of course, I'm part of XLink. Again, thank you very much for inviting me. Stay safe, God bless, and I'll see you soon once this pandemic is over.